So it's World T20 time, and it's time to see if Sri Lanka can surprise us all. So I'm excited about the Sri Lankan team. We go in with not very many hopes. I don't think anyone's particularly worried about playing against the Sri Lankans, but actually across the series against India and South Africa, there were signs of a team showing some improvement. And I think we need to be reasonable with what we expect. If Sri Lanka even get out of the Super 12s and get to the semi-final, that would be way more than we would all achieve. And I think as guys like Andrew Fidel Fernando have said, it's all about not necessarily preparing for this World Cup, but looking for World Cups ahead. So the people that I'm looking forward to seeing, cannot wait to see Avishka Fernando at number 4. He's been excellent in the last 4 games against Oman, and then against Bangladesh, Papua New Guinea, putting in a performance throughout. He's looked so good in that number 4 position, and I like how he's been rotating the strike. Before, I think he was guilty of being 4.4. But here, when he comes in the 5th, 6th over, he's hitting the gaps, and then we know he's got the big shots. So very excited to see him. Barnaka Rajapaksa, as always, he's just so good when he gets going. I think the problem is he hasn't been getting going, and also I think he could learn a lot from Avishka Fernando about the importance of rotating the strike. Just if you think about it, if you hit 2 fours and an over, you score 8 runs of 6 balls, which is not that great, I suppose. If you score 2 fours and an over and get 4 singles off the over, you score 12 of 6 balls, and it's a massive difference. And I hope Barnaka Rajapaksa can learn a lot about rotating the strike from Avishka Fernando. I think there's a problem with Barnaka Rajapaksa and fast bowling. When it's short, a bouncer, he may not quite be as effective as when he's playing against that medium pace or the spin where he can go at the ball. So that's why I think he might be suited more to the number 5 position, where the pace come off and you've got more the kind of medium paces and the spinners coming on. It's difficult to think who to bat at number 3. Charitha Salanka, I think if we're going to go short solely on the batting, Charitha Salanka I think is the best option. I'm a bit concerned about Danjay De Silva's strike rate. I think in this day and age in T20 cricket, there isn't really a role for an anchor. If you look at the best T20 sides, they have batsmen who can strike the ball throughout, and I think Danjay De Silva doesn't quite have that game. I'm a huge De Silva fan, love watching him bat, but I think in this version of the game, probably not the best. So it's difficult. If you want Charitha Salanka to play, I think he's best at number 5. But equally, Rajapaksa has his weaknesses at number 3 as well. So it's about, I suppose, switching between Barnaka Rajapaksa and Charitha Salanka. I'd probably go Barnaka first. See how he goes, but it might be that he has to switch down to number 5 and Charitha Salanka comes to number 3. Patam Nissanka to open, Kusal Pereira, Avishka Fernando at number 4. That glory lower middle order of Dasan Shanaka, Wanindu Hasaranga and Charmika Karunaratne, very excited about the 3 of them, especially Charmika. He's one of those cricketers that he's not really, he doesn't stand out in his batting or bowling, but it's that temperament, that aggression, that will to win. And he is someone I think that's going to be a driving force in the Sri Lankan side, one way or another. An incredible character, and I love that intent he has to get into the game. The bowling looks pretty strong. I think having Chamira and Kumara is great pace at the top. Chamira is looking fantastic across wherever he bowls. Lahira Kumara is looked very good with new ball, but looks a little suspect, I think, at the death. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes on. Mahesh Theekshana, again, it will be interesting to see. I think he's one of those mystery bowlers where when he bowls to a side for the first time, he might cause a little bit of trouble. And that's quite good in this kind of tournament where you generally will only play a side once. You play each side in your group once, and the semi you'll play a side from the other group, so you might meet someone in the final. But I think it's exciting to see what Theekshana can do. Maninda Hasaranga's been so good, hasn't he, with his leg spinners and his googlies for some time now, so he's that real reliable person again who we can trust to bowl wherever, and he's going to be key for Sri Lanka with the ball, and I think also having an important role with the bat as well down the order. And So yeah, out of the backup, I was very surprised Praveen Jayawickrama wasn't selected ahead of Akila Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya's been a fraction of himself since he's had to remodel his action, and Jayawickrama has done well. I'm impressed by him. He uses a flight and guile to kind of fool the batsman there. So I was a bit disappointed he wasn't picked. So probably the only selection was Jayawickrama being dropped, was the only one that I probably thought could have been changed. Binura Fernando's done well, I think, in the opportunities he's had, and he's another good cricketer who can bowl with a new ball and also have a good, nice bunch of slow balls at the end, and it's always good to have that left arm option there as well. And who else is less than Chandimal? Chandimal, yeah, I think he's not the biggest fan, I think, of his strike rate, but out of the options we have, I didn't know who else we could have picked. So looking forward to it. I think we'll qualify out of our group. We'll see how things go against Namibia first, and then we can think about the Super 12s after that. But come on, Sri Lanka!